Hello and welcome back everyone to this Warcraft replay, Game 3 in this WC3 here from the Ifeng Cup. We have XiaoKK spawning in as the blue orc player in the top right, and he will be facing off against CoolXian once again, who will be spawning in as the red night elf on the map Tidewater Glades, whichever one of the two. Not a really common map here, but it has appeared on the channel before, so I won't go ahead and show you around. It's not that exciting, I don't think. I think maybe Death Road or Bright and Dark still holds the most interesting maps. We do have a big red Frobo camp though. Yeah, nothing too exciting. Regardless, lots of rallying here from XiaoKK, as there are still no observers in this game. I don't know why there was an observer in game 1 but not in the other two games, so it's really weird and it's very inconvenient. So anyway, I had to render game 1 before starting to record game 3 because I ran out of space. And yeah, the frame freezes are noticeable, but hopefully you guys don't mind too much. If you do, then I'm sorry. You'll have to bear with this error until I, find a solution for it. So anyway, back to this game. We have XiaoKK going for a Blade Master start. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Bit of a delayed barracks, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I might have been a little too unfamiliar, but I'm pretty sure that is a delayed barracks. I could be just entirely wrong, and that's just how it started. But either way, I have no idea where the Ancient of War is going to be placed for CoolXian. Oh well, Demon Hunter versus Blade Master here, and yeah, they're just going to probably exchange harassments here. Or I guess not. Demon Hunter has spotted the Blade Master, but the Blade Master will maybe juke his opponent. Probably not. He might just actually favor the fight. But we shall see. Circlet might be picked up here. The Healing Salve and Speed Scroll was picked up at the Voodoo Lounge, and it seems like the same thing will be happening here. Circlet and Dust Appearance. Is that the Dome Trapper? No, that's actually a Trapper with an item. With a like 1 second freeze right there. So Scroll of the Beast gets picked up by the Blade Master. Nice to know, I guess. I was not expecting a complete item to drop from that Trapper. That's definitely uncommon. Salve gets popped, but it is going to get interrupted immediately by a mana burn. So I guess kind of worth for the Demon Hunter. He got like 33 gold value out of that mana burn. Anyway, the Blade Master with Scroll the Beast probably will sell that. It's, I guess, a good bonus when it comes to just selling it. 200 gold. That's actually quite a bit, honestly. I didn't actually realize the actual amount that you get from Scroll of the Beast.
Work complete.
Thunder Lizard Camp, is this really what XiaoKK wants to go after? No, he's just gonna go after this Troll Trapper again, who we all have discovered drops an item, and it might pick up something very similar, or I guess not scroll, Potion of Greater Healing, so that is probably an item worth keeping. 500 health is definitely nothing to laugh at. And of course, since orcs don't have that great of a way to heal up aside from the out of combat healing salve, yeah, I would keep that Greater Healing Potion. Demon Hunter hasn't really gone too much action down. He has Dust. He used one of the charges before at the Golem Merchant. He got himself boots and staff, a TP staff, But other than that, he hasn't really done much. He doesn't have any bit of experience either. And it seems like this orange creep camp, or at least I think it's an orange creep camp, is going to get cleared out by the Blade Master and his two fellow grunts. Yep, it is indeed an orange creep camp. Despite the level 6 Warlord, he will drop the healing wards, which is a pretty good item when it comes to early creeping, as well as just, you know, big fights. Bestiary gets placed down by XiaoKK, but it seems like the Demon Hunter doesn't want any of that, and we have the Dark Quillbeast. So interestingly enough, Tidewater Glades is counted as a map type where Quillbeast gets a reskin. So interesting, very interesting. Doesn't seem like the Quillbeast is letting the Bestiary go, however, and this might delay the tier 2 production of XiaoKK quite significantly, and grunts are going to just contain these two heroes, except well, the Beastmaster has a preservation staff, so he was able to save his fellow Demon Hunter, who will Moonwell back to full health and TP back to this base, and Beastmaster's turn to retreat, and it seems like he will get out very, very safely, despite looking very grim. Preservation staff, is it off cooldown? I have no idea if it is, but a Hex is coming down to prevent that, and we're gonna have a burn and the TP scroll there for our Night Elf player. So nicely done from XiaoKK to to do that. Okay, sorry about that. I had to clear my throat, as yeah, never something I would like to have happen. And of course, I don't actually have anything to drink. My mistake. So oh well. But yeah, this is looking really good for XiaoKK. This, like, he's getting Troll Headhunters, which is a pretty interesting addition. No Spirit Lodge, so it might just be Raiders and Troll Headhunters, honestly. Raiders are just solid bodies, and Troll Headhunters probably just there to deal with those Druids of Talon, who are being queued up for CoolXian, who is already at tier 3. Troll Headhunter gets picked off here by the Beastmaster and the Demon Hunter, and he will pretty much give experience over. Raider is out. I don't think Ensnare is finished for... Yep, it is not for XiaoKK. Yikes. The Goblin Tinker comes out as the third hero as well, so will we see a Pocket Factory being placed down in this area? Yes, we will. Demon Hunter will actually TP behind there to get past the Raider, who is acting as a wall. Beastmaster is getting focused down by the double Orc heroes. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is having a field day. Spirit Lodge is placed down, but I don't think it will actually be completed, as the Clockwork Gnomes are just hammering away at it. Another Pocket Factory might get placed down from the Tinkerer. It would definitely be nice to place it maybe around here to block that Blade Master, but alas, that does not happen. Ensnare gets tossed over to the Demon Hunter, and the Beastmaster did get taken out, so he's unable to preserve the Demon Hunter, and a Hex comes down and might actually kill that piggy. Sadly enough, it was a Orc Burrow kill, so no experience was gained, but nevertheless, all three heroes of CoolXian gets taken out, and a rather aggressive move from CoolXian. In fact, he committed his heroes only without any Druids of Talon support, and he got punished rather severely by losing all three of his heroes. So not a really good move there from him, and I mean, he was trying to make the most out of this situation. I mean, he did delay the Spirit Lodge quite a bit, but the Spirit Lodge, it's not, I don't think matters too much. I think Disenchant's a little too costly to constantly use to dispel Cyclone, so I'm not sure how important that would have been. But yeah, I don't know. Ankh of Reincarnation gets picked up for the Shadowhunters, so even more difficult for the Demon Hunter to actually assassinate him. Blade Master gets himself a second pair of claws of attack +6. So item wise, I think XiaoKK is like extremely lucky with his drops, and that rock chunk is destroyed, but the graphic is still there. So a bit of a weirdie there, but oh well, doesn't matter. Tome of experience gets picked up by the Demon Hunter. That's really good for himself. But he aggroes the green drake, which is guarding that mercenary camp. It didn't look like CoolXian unleashed it intentionally. He didn't hire any mercenaries, so that might have been a little bit of a mistake. Lost himself a single dot. 48 versus 37, so clear advantage over to the Orc player, but this is the home turf of the Night Elf, so let's see how this will turn out to be. Demon Hunter gets hexed immediately, but thankfully he is not focused down by the Blade Master or any of the trolls.
We're under attack!
Spirit Walkers are being queued up. Adept training is on the way as well for the Disenchant. Dust Parents gets used, and the Blade Master was not tagged, so he will get the Creep Jack, but the Ankh of Reincarnation gets picked up by the Demon Hunter, so at least he will be able to be revived after taking lethal damage. Sadly, the problem is there is no backup, so he could easily get taken down if XiaoKK wanted to, but that is not going to be the case, as he chooses to actually pull out there. So interesting. War Mill is completed, as we do see those Headhunters, but no upgrades whatsoever for either of these two unit types. So it doesn't seem like we're gonna have upgrades for this Orc player, and Hunter Soul is not actually a building for CoolXian, so no upgrades there either. It's not like Jewels of Talon use upgrades anyway. They are master trained. Fairy Fire on the Emerald Drake, and they could probably go into Crow form and attack the Green Drake, but then again they can already attack air units, so there's no point. +3 strength, not a particularly useful item, but could be useful on the Shadow Hunter. He already has all the items he needs, however, so it is just going to be dumped. Wow, 3 close attack +6 for the Blade Master, that's already +20 without any Kodo Beast amplification or Orb of Lightning, so that's looking really good for the Blade Master. I want to see how much he crits. Of course, the Windwalk crit is limited, so it's not very representative, but the Blade Master is a little too shy on this aspect. Sobi Mask on the Tinkerer, Still Preservation Staff on the Beastmaster, and just the Orb of Venom for the Demon Hunter. So item wise, definitely XiaoKK wins out on this. Really want to see that critical strike, but it doesn't seem like XiaoKK is lucky enough, and a Cyclone comes down. Level 2 on the Tinkerer. We did see the Tinkerer use the Cluster Rockets last game, but I'm not sure how or if we're going to see it this time around, since the Tinkerer is out of mana. More Cyclones come down on the Raiders and the Blade Master. It seems like XiaoKK is going to choose to retreat for now, or at least a little bit, until turning around immediately. Level 3 on the Demon Hunter, so he does have his level 2 mana burn, one of mana stealing completely used by the Shadow Hunter, but of course he can always get that mana burned. Okay, here we go. A low upkeep army versus a no upkeep army here. Furbolg Shaman gets hired up by CoolXian as well, but he is not using the Rejuvenate, however, so that I guess he's waiting on mana. He doesn't have enough mana to do that Rejuvenate, and it seems like we have a concave surround on the Night Elf army here, and oh yikes, a real surround on the Demon Hunter. It's going to be rather difficult to save him at this point. He was just preserved, I believe, so you will have to break that circle, but the circle is going to be rather difficult to take down before the Demon Hunter gets saved. I don't think so, and the Demon Hunter gets Windwalk striked by the Blade Master. Tinkerer falls as well. The Beastmaster, I think he fell as well, but I didn't see it. GG from CoolXian and XiaoKK. takes the victory here as the score screen completely illustrates Game 3. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I do hope that the frame freezes are not too big of a hindrance. If it is, then do tell me. I will try my best to fix it within the next couple of days, and I'll try to get the next series out quicker. Yeah, take care.